Hello, and this is the Anime Normies podcast. I'm your host, Anthony,
And I'm Anna.
and this is episode 4. And this is our new setup. And for those of you who are just listening with the audio podcast, we are currently in a new room, new setup. We've got new chairs. It's just a whole new thing. It's like this makeshift studio. Much more comfortable than the last episode.
Yeah, these chairs are a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
These chairs are from Ross, by the way. These are very nice chairs.
We got a good deal.
From Ross.
Yeah, we got a good deal from it, and I like that they don't match. You know, it just kind of looks like we just kind of started like a collection of furniture.
Dude, don't sleep on Ross.
No, I would never.
I think this is from Ross.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think everything's from Ross.
Yeah, that hoodie or that crew neck is from Ross.
I'm from Ross.
I was born in Ross. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't notice that. So today I went to McDonald's and I was ordering my food, and on the little display screen where they have like the menu, they had like this anime character on display. And then I got my food, and this in the McDonald's bag had like a whole manga on all four sides of this paper bag, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're doing like this. This is where when I learned that McDonald's is doing like this anime special thing, and if you read the panels on the bag, they have like this special sauce that I guess is connected to this anime theme that they're doing.
What's the sauce taste like?
I didn't ask for the sauce because I didn't know about it until after I got the bag. So good marketing. Now I got to go back to McDonald's to try the sauce. I'll give you my review the next episode, see if it's any good. But yeah, so the employees were actually wearing McDonald's anime t-shirts.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they in the back it had like the Japanese characters. It was really cool.
Were you like, yo, can I buy a t-shirt?
I actually almost asked them if I could like get a t-shirt.
Did it say McDonald's like on it?
I mean, I couldn't read it because it was in like
on the front.
Oh, so on the back it was Japanese, and on the front they had the McDonald's logo upside down. So I guess that's like the manga. The manga has like the McDonald's logo but upside down. So they just had the upside down logo in the front of the shirt. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I want to go back and try the sauce.
I low-key want to cop a t-shirt.
It actually looks really cool. It's like solid red with the yellow lettering. So, and this is not a sponsorship from McDonald's. This is me just like acknowledging that I really like this whole anime theme.
Okay, McDonald's, shout out. Anime is so mainstream now.
Yeah. It's so mainstream that McDonald's is, marketing their stuff.
Wait, so like, are they doing it with like Happy Meals that you can get like a little anime action figure?
I don't know. So I didn't really research much into it, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like toys and stuff.
I don't understand why the McDonald's is upside down.
I don't know. I guess that's just part of their story.
They're in the upside down world.
We should try it tomorrow.
Okay.
Go on a McDonald's run and just get all their special event anime stuff.
I'm down for McDonald's.
And if they've got Happy Meals, I'm 100% getting an anime McDonald's toy.
Oh, it's not called McDonald's. It's WickDonald's anime.
That would explain the W.
Oh, WickDonald's is a common fictional alias in anime for America's iconic fast food chain.
Interesting.
I've seen like American companies in anime before. I don't know if I've seen McDonald's before, but I've seen Starbucks. And it's like called something weird.
The last one I remember seeing was the KFC for JJK. It wasn't KFC. It was like KNC or something. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the best and worst female characters in anime. And when I was doing my research, when I sat down and thought about who I should talk about, I noticed that older animes don't have very many good female characters or good female leads. I mean, there's a handful, definitely.
There's some exceptions.
But a lot of the older animes have terrible female characters, and a lot of the newer animes, like the animes that have come out in the past 3-5 years, have plenty of great female characters to pick from. So that's what I noticed. Or maybe I just haven't been watching the right old animes.
No, yeah, I agree. Especially like new anime, they have some boss ass women on their lineup. Like you'll definitely see I have spoiler to my list. There's like some that are definitely from newer anime.
All right, well, let's start off with our worst characters first.
Starting off with the worst female character in anime. I actually like only have one person down, and then I have like 10 notes about this one person. Let me refer to my notes.
Okay.
Worst female character in all of anime is Sakura from Naruto.
Of course.
Of course. She is notoriously useless. Everyone knows. She's a meme that she's the worst character.
She is one of the biggest memes in the anime community about being absolute trash.
She is an embarrassment to women everywhere.
Herself.
To herself. To just like, I get secondhand embarrassment when I watch her speak. And let's just get right into it. Starting off, reasons why Sakura is the worst. She is the biggest Sasuke simp.
In the worst way.
Like
pathetic.
She's so pathetic. She like honestly barely knows this man. Like he's just like a guy in her class.
He barely knows her.
And
he doesn't care to know her.
I mean, granted, all the other girls also have a crush on Sasuke too, but she takes it to a level that's just straight up cringe. She honestly obsesses over this man from episode 1 to literally the end of the series. Even when they are like on the same team together, like they don't have any meaningful like connection or like relationship. Like they don't hang out. Like they're just coworkers.
They really don't hang out outside of the missions. You're right. They really are just coworkers.
She's just a sad, simpy girl. So embarrassing. And then when it comes to like being on the team, she is always the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
She contributes nothing to like any of the fights, especially in the original Naruto series. Like she is virtually useless.
She gets in the way a lot.
And like I just want to say, like, before I like go on this whole like before I go on this whole like Sakura sucks rant, I really rooted for her like the whole show. Like I really thought like, okay, she's gonna step up. She's gonna get better. Like I just know it. Like I'm rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Sakura. And then she just never got better.
You think that, you're waiting for that character growth, that character development, like the power up, the moment where she powers up and like, you know, becomes awesome. It really never comes.
And she like has these moments where like, yes, she's like
almost there.
almost there. And then she just like goes back to being awful.
Ugh, yeah.
But
it's, it's like not even that hard to make her decent, like half decent.
For example, during the Chunin exams, when like Naruto and Sasuke are like incapacitated and it's just her left, and she like goes on this whole speech and she's like, I'm not gonna be useless, like I'm a part of this team too. And one of the sound ninjas like has her by the hair, and that's like she has this moment where she like cuts her hair off, which she had kept long because rumor had it that Sasuke liked long hair. Dude, Sasuke doesn't care about hair. He doesn't really care about anything besides like avenging his people. But so she cuts off her hair, and it's like this big badass moment, and she's like, I'm gonna rise to the occasion, I'm gonna save them, like I'm a badass ninja too. And she immediately goes back to being a loser, like right after that. She honestly spends the whole like season just yelling Sasuke, Naruto, and then doesn't help out or contribute at all. In the show, Kakashi like talks about how Sakura has like really good chakra control, and she has like a large storage of chakra as well, and you think that's like gonna mean something, and they end up going like nowhere with that. Like she really doesn't have like anything special. She does like train under Tsunade and like is strong, but they really don't take that far.
Yeah, it's not like that ability becomes like relevant to the story. It doesn't like really contribute. It just kind of falls flat. He just talks about it, and then I guess Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, just didn't really make anything out of that, which is really disappointing. It's like Why make that a point if you're not going to do anything about it?
No, it's like obviously poor writing.
It is very
Especially
poor
that
writing.
scene where they're like trying to like walk up the tree and she like easily does it.
Yeah.
You think there's like that's gonna come. Like
Yeah.
she's a prodigy. Something's gonna come of that.
You think it's foreshadowing that it's going to be like, oh, Sakura's not nan control.
Okay, Hunter.
Sorry. Sakura's chakra control is going to play a part in the team, like an integral part to this squad. But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all. It's like, okay, so that was literally just a waste of time.
And then moving on from there, the part that she's like totally useless. Back to her being a Sasuke simp. She like the part where she begs Sasuke to stay in the village when he's like deciding to leave.
Oh my god. One of the worst parts in the show.
So yeah, he's like leaving and she's like, please, Sasuke, please stay, please. And he's like, no, absolutely not. And then she's like, well, if you're gonna go, just take me with you. Take you with him? Girl, please. Like, you're gonna leave your family and everyone you love and your friends to go, like, he's gonna go be with the villains. He's going with the ops.
He's gonna be literally a terrorist.
He's an
a
enemy
criminal
of the state now, and you're like, take me with you. You guys have no relationship. You're barely friends. I wouldn't even say you're friends.
You're not Bonnie and Clyde. You're coworkers.
You're like stalker and just a guy.
You say that you're admitting that you want to be a criminal for his sake or just to be around him, which is absolutely insane and pathetic.
She's so sad. Sis, don't ever sit there and cry for a man that's leaving. No, girl. Pick your head up. And then he like has to knock her out and like leaves her to fall asleep on this bench.
Because she's trash.
She's trash. And then, okay. So then that's like towards the end of the original series. And so starting off Shippuden, she is like the only one in the village right now. She had just been training under Tsunade. Naruto just gets back from his training and they go on the Gaara rescue arc. And she is a badass in this. Like, I was like, wow, we are starting off strong. This is, her moment to shine.
It's the beginning of Shippuden too.
Yeah. So I'm like,
so it's like, okay, we're going to see changes.
She's strong. She does medical jutsu now. And like you go and she like saves Kankuro and she does like some really cool medical stuff to save him. Like stuff that they couldn't do. Like the Sand Village is like, yo, this is so advanced. Like you guys, she like comes up with an antidote for the poison.
Yeah.
And then she goes and literally fights an Akatsuki member.
Sorcery.
I mean, she has like help from Lady Chio, but she essentially defeats an Akatsuki member. Sakura, who has never defeated anybody, nor does she even go on to defeat anyone after this.
That.
But she defeats an Akatsuki member, and a really strong one at that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit, she's like let's go.
Yeah, Sakura's going to actually pull her weight this season.
Like she like says this stuff like, I gotta train to catch up with these guys. I'm like, okay, girl, like, yes, you do. No. Immediately no. Right after that arc, she goes back to being awful. How could you do that to her? You let her defeat an Akatsuki member. Also, that's like the most embarrassing thing ever for Sasori. To be killed by Sakura, I've died. That's so embarrassing.
It's so funny too because some people will even argue that it was mainly Lady Chio who did all the work, and they like try to remove that credit from Sakura, which is sad that people would make that argument to just make her even more useless to the story.
No, she was badass.
She was cool.
She did so good in that fight. That fight against Sasori is amazing. Lady Chio was like, yeah, my body can't do that kind of stuff anymore. Like, that's why you have to do it. That's why they're the ultimate tag team. She like has one run-in with Sasuke, and it's actually at the very beginning of Shippuden that they show it, but it's like a flash forward that they show.
Yeah.
I guess a skip.
I remember.
And so then you have to get to that moment again in Shippuden. And when you do, they're like chasing him through Orochimaru's like headquarters.
Yeah, his lair.
And she's like, please please come back with us, Sasuke. This is so embarrassing. Also, it's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, he has long forgotten you.
Dude, Sasuke definitely probably forgot Sakura. I mean, he probably remembered Naruto because of that big fight and that big mission. But dude, like Sakura is a stranger to him at this point.
No, Sasuke loves Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're secretly in love.
Yeah, definitely.
They have more of a bromance going on.
Definitely.
Not even like a bromance, just a straight up romance going on.
Who do you think has a bigger crush on Sasuke, Naruto or Sakura?
Ooh, that's really tough. That's a really tough. I think, it's almost the same, but at least I think Naruto's love is reciprocated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
In like a really toxic way.
Like a tough love.
But like
kind of
Sasuke
way.
loves Naruto deep down.
In a tough love.
In like a
way.
maybe he doesn't even know it himself kind of way.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's a good way of
But
putting it.
he does love him.
He does.
In a romantic way.
But he doesn't even know who Sakura is.
Sakura's nobody to him. Yeah, so they catch up to him in Orochimaru's headquarters, and he still is like, I don't give a shit about you guys. You mean nothing to me. She's like, please, Sasuke, I love you though. Oh God, girl, that's so embarrassing. Please stop. I have secondhand embarrassment. I'm so cringe right now.
Yeah.
And then he tries to fight them. Like, he's actually trying to hurt these people.
He does he's about to do like a killing jutsu.
He's using like a super amped up Chidori that he learned from Orochimaru.
He was about to do a killing jutsu on those two.
Who Sai's there too, and Sai's like, this man is not your friend, guys.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Sasuke that you're talking about. He is trying to kill us.
Plus, Sai is the most unbiased person in the show. And so objectively, yeah, he is correct.
And then later on in the show, they haven't seen each other in a really, really long time. Like, it's been a seriously long time. He's gone through a lot. He joined the Akatsuki. He joins Madara. Lots going on. And she finally comes up and she's on some bullshit. She's like, oh, I'm going to kill Sasuke. Girl, no, you're not. You know you're not going to do that. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to do it for the good of the village because that's what everyone wants. So she comes face to face with Sasuke, and guess what? She doesn't unalive him because she's a simp for this man. But guess what he does? He definitely is ready to unalive her. And
no hesitation.
As he's about to literally shoot lightning through her chest, thank goodness Naruto comes and saves her.
Yeah.
And they have like a little spat. But then right after that scene, like literally after that scene, she goes, if it ever comes down to if I have to choose between Sasuke and Naruto, I don't know who I'm going to choose.
Oh my God. I literally wanted to kick my TV through.
Girl, what are you talking? What are you saying?
He was about
right
to kill you, and you don't know if you can decide between a loyal comrade who's been nothing but nice and accepting to you over some terrorist criminal who almost killed you, who literally did not hesitate to kill you. How is that a difficult decision for you to make?
You don't even know this man.
You don't know him. He doesn't know you. You're strangers.
What are you talking
freak.
about? And Naruto has saved you countless times.
Yeah.
He's currently on your team. He says, what are you talking about? You live in some other dimension in your head. During the Great Ninja War, when she's healing some soldier, and the soldier's like, hey, like, you're kind of cute, like, I'm gonna shoot my shot, and he's like, hey, I'd really love to take you out. She goes, sorry, I'm already seeing somebody.
Oh my God, I'm accounted for.
Girl, what are you literally talking about?
Who
are you seeing?
You delusional psycho.
Talking about? I know you're not talking about Sasuke. Like, who are you talking about right now? And the guy, he's like a really nice guy, and he's like, well, you're like a really amazing woman and you deserve the best. Like, I hope whatever guy you're with, he's treating you right. And she like makes a face because she knows that she's absolutely crazy and she actually doesn't have a man. And the man that she thinks she has tried to kill her the last time she saw him. What are you talking? You're literally delusional.
Absolutely delusional.
Now you're telling people you're in a relationship with Sasuke? Dude, you like barely know this man. You like kind of worked together one time.
As teenagers. She didn't deserve that guy anyway. That random ninja that she was healing. He was
I,
probably too good for her.
yeah, he's like a nice guy. Like, girl, you should honestly take him up on that advice because you need to move way on from Sasuke, who you actually never were in a relationship with. What a lie. Like, what a crazy thing to say. And then in like the final battle, she like plays virtually like no role. She like helps like during the war, she's like doing a little bit, like she does keep Naruto alive while he's imminently dying. But like once they start fighting Kaguya, she's kind of just off to the side. She's really not making an impact in this.
It's really funny because I think one of those episodes where the three of them plus Kakashi's fighting Kaguya, the title of the episode is Squad 7. But like, let's be real here. It's really just,
It's really just Sasuke and Naruto that are
Naruto.
like, because they were just given these god powers so that they can go fight a god. And Sakura's like, yeah, me too.
No, yeah. So the line that she says in that episode was, "I finally caught up with these two." What? You caught up with three gods? There's literally three gods flying through the air fighting each other. You're on the ground looking up. You caught up to three gods? You caught up with... Yeah, no.
She's delusional.
You're delusional.
She thinks she's in a relationship with Sasuke. She thinks she's on the same par as these people. What are you smoking? What are you on?
What? I mean... Gosh.
And then there's like this scene where they're basically about to beat Kaguya. Like the fight's almost over. And then all of a sudden you see Sakura fly in from nowhere over top and she's like, I'm a part of Team 7 too. Don't forget about me. What are you doing here?
Yeah, there's no self-respect or awareness for Sakura.
Dude, and she doesn't stop simping from there, actually. So, like, after that fight, when they think that, like, Sasuke's on their side, but he's very much not on their side, and he's like, I'm gonna go destroy the village now, like, and then you see Sasuke and Naruto, like, fight to the death, and as they're, like, bleeding out, she shows up to, like, continue simping on this man. Girl, he literally just said he was gonna destroy the whole village, like, 1 second ago. And you show up. She's like, oh no, Sasuke. And then Sasuke's like, hey, you know what? I've thought about it. I'm not going to destroy the village. She's like, yay, we can be together forever now. Have some self-respect, girl. It's sad. Honestly, like, you need to raise your standards. This man has treated you like crap from day one. For years. He actually tried to kill you on multiple occasions.
So then we get to Boruto, and it doesn't get any better from there.
They are literally married and have a whole ass kid, and he like randomly gives her a wedding ring one day, and she's like blushing. She's like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing.
And this ring was given years after they got married, and their kid is like a teenager at this point.
Yeah.
Where was this ring before? Why didn't you have the ring when you got married or before you had your kid or when your kid was a baby? Like your kid's like a teenager now.
Ladies, the bar is on the floor.
And she thinks it's the best thing ever. Like, dude, that is
Dude, he
what's your standard?
He like kisses her and she's like blushing. She's like, oh my gosh, Sasuke kissed me. Girl, you have a child. What are you talking about?
A kiss should be like a regular thing for you.
That's how much attention that he like does not give this woman.
Oh my god. He doesn't even live in the village. He's off doing all these missions by himself. Mm-hmm. Again, they're still strangers at this point. They were strangers at the beginning, and they're strangers right now in Boruto.
No, this is why she's literally the worst.
Absolutely. For me, I think that Orihime from Bleach is the worst female character in anime. Now, I'll preface this by saying that I'm not done with Bleach. I'm like, in episode 200 or something. But I'm in the Hueco Mundo arc where she actually gets kidnapped, or she doesn't even get kidnapped. She gives herself up to the villains. Because the villains are like, hey, we like your superpower or whatever. Like we want you to come with us. And she just like she willingly gives herself up to these villains, putting Ichigo and the rest of the team at risk for their own lives because she should have known better. They were going to come after her and try to rescue her. And they literally fight to the death in this arc. And she's absolutely useless in this arc. She has this cool power. She has this potential where she can, put up barriers. She can heal, which is her biggest thing. But like she just watches Ichigo fight to death and she just sits there doing nothing. She's boring. She's such a boring character. Even before Waco Mundo, I don't know what she's like after. She's just such a boring, like generic, romantic interest to our main protagonist in Ichigo. And it's just not believable,
I hate the damsel in distress trope. It's so
She's such a damsel in distress. Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And she's got powers. Like,
Yeah.
unique special powers worth
Yeah.
kidnapping over. Girl, like, fight back.
Yeah, do something with that. And, she's part of this love triangle between Ichigo and Rukia, and a lot of people are like pro Rukia. Rukia is actually a good female character, and, she can hold her own. Very respectable, but Orihime is just so annoying. She chants Ichigo's name for some odd reason. Like, she'll chant Ichigo's name 3 times, and it's just like, why are they making her do that? What's the point there?
It's like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times and he appears.
She's like literally Ichigo, Ichigo, Ichigo. And then it just pans to Ichigo on the ground dying.
Oh, okay.
And then there was an episode where that happened like 3 times. I'm like, why are we clipping back to useless Orihime chanting Ichigo's name? You don't need to keep doing that. I don't know if it was like a pacing thing or there's some logistics as far as like eating up time, but
it's literally Sakura. Like during a fight when like Sakura's like, Sasuke,
yeah,
Naruto.
I mean, they're cheerleaders.
Yeah.
They're cheerleaders and they're not needed in these big moments. But I'm optimistic that she gets better in the later episodes or the more recent episodes. But I don't know. I've heard on the internet and on, social media that she is notoriously not liked. So for me, I think she's probably one of the worst female characters in all of anime. And it's such a big show too. It's funny that you and I are talking about 2 of the biggest shows in anime, Naruto and Bleach, and they have 2 of the worst female characters to exist.
Well, but does Bleach have like well-written female characters, or is it like they're generally all kind of men?
Rukia is a very good female character, and Yoruichi is a very good female character so far, and there's definitely a handful of other ones that are pretty cool. Orihime is Sakura, but maybe even worse. I don't know. They're both pretty bad, but I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the show shapes up. No spoilers, don't tell me, but I'm not optimistic.
I think of the big 3, One Piece probably has the best female characters.
Yeah.
I mean, Naruto, besides Sakura, who's obviously terrible, they have like decent female characters. There's just always like one flaw about them.
Yeah.
Like Hinata, I love Hinata, but she do be stalking in the bushes for
she is
Naruto.
Stalking in the bushes, but I love Hinata too.
But I love her. Tsunade, like she's badass, but then she has like a gambling problem. Yeah. There's always just like one little random thing about them. Oh, the Mizukage, she's like a badass, but then she's like this
hopeless
spinster
romantic
who like always just like thinks about getting married. Like you have these badass women, but they just have like this one quirk that's just like random.
Yeah, it makes you roll your eyes. No, One Piece, now that we're, we won't go too much into the big 3, but One Piece has a lot of good female characters. I mean, Nico Robin and Nami, they're great. Moving on to the best female characters in all of anime. Who do you have?
My number 1 best female character is Olivia Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
Absolutely.
She is literally such a badass. She's my role model. I like look up to her. She's a military leader. She is super smart. She's like a strategist. She like outsmarts like all these people in the show, and she's like a good fighter, and she's hot, which I love that about her.
Yeah.
Even though she like wears this like military uniform, she's like a baddie.
She knows how to work with it.
She's got like super long flowy blonde hair and like those big old lips.
Yeah.
Kill it, girl.
Yeah.
But like what I love about her so much too is that in a world of like alchemy and magic and special abilities, she doesn't have all that, and she is still a badass who like fights people that are like this.
The fact that she can fight without alchemy and hold her own really shows how strong she is and how crazy that whole concept is of her not being able to do that.
Yeah, and she's like a woman who like runs this like really rugged like military base, and she's like a no nonsense girl.
Yeah.
Who her like men respect her, which goes to show that she's like a good leader.
Yeah.
And like they trust her and they follow her, and she's also like kind-hearted. Like people think that she's just this like really rough woman, but she's very kind-hearted. She cares about her team. She knows that like in order to like be a good leader, you have to have a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's this part in the show when like Sloth infiltrates the military base, and they like go looking in this tunnel that he dug, and a lot of people get unalived. And her team wants to go back and like search for survivors because they're like, those are my comrades. And the higher ups, who are totally corrupted, tell her to seal off this tunnel. But my girl, she's smart. She makes a secret entrance on the side of the tunnel, and she goes back and looks for survivors because she like cares about her team. Like she's actually a very caring person, and she's like has a great morality. Like when she finds out that the government is like corrupt, she immediately kills the guy that's like on her base.
Yeah.
And she like makes fun of him. She's like, oh yeah, you're looking to be immortal? Well, now you're going to be the foundation of my military base. And like kicks him into like some concrete and literally makes him the foundation of the base.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
And then she goes on to like play the council too. She like goes to Central Command and like pretends like she is like one of them and like infiltrates, and she's like this double spy because she's so brilliant. And then in the end, when they're all fighting, she's like, you guys are fools, and like defeats them all. But and then when she fights her brother for their estate, like her and her brother, her brother is a renowned alchemist.
Yeah, he's also a military leader. He's huge. He's buff.
Yeah, they fight 1v1.
Yeah.
She kicks his ass and ends up being the heir of their entire estate.
It's not even close.
Like, she's such a badass.
Yeah.
And she, like, also fights Sloth. I mean, with the help of her brother and Izumi. But, like, they still take down Sloth, who's an immortal being.
Yeah.
She's a badass. I just like hate the flack that she gets sometimes for like being this like rugged woman, because people will be like, oh, well, she's like a bitch. Like, no, she's not.
No.
She is the female version of Roy Mustang.
Yeah. She's no
Roy
nonsense.
Mustang's the same way.
Yeah.
And everyone loves him.
Yeah.
It's only because it's on a woman.
Probably, yeah.
But her team loves her. And people also don't like the fact that at first she's like not very nice to Edward and Al, but they like show up at her base, a place that's like, it's like a war zone, and there's like a lot of spies, and they show up and they're like, hi, like, you know, we're okay, we're good people. And she's like, yeah, she would be a fool to trust them.
She'd be an absolute fool. She was like, okay, yeah, let me help you.
No. And they're like, but we have a letter from your brother. She's like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got to see with my own eyes what you guys are about. And she's such an excellent judge of character that she realizes that they're genuine, but she knows that they're hiding something, and she gets it out of them.
There are a lot of good ones in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist brings the heat.
They're like all good, actually.
With their women, with their female
now that I
characters.
think about it, yeah.
Some of my favorite, like, actually, like, I just love all the female characters in Full Metal Alchemist.
Like Izumi.
Like, I won't dive into all of them, but Izumi, Winry, Riza, Hawkeye. These are all badasses. Winry's a full-on engineer.
Yeah.
And Azumi is also like an extremely talented alchemist. She's the one who teaches the protagonists. And then Riza Hawkeye is like a badass military girl.
Yeah.
And these people, you know, they don't be simping over guys. They don't be chasing men all over the place like Sakura.
No,
that's what I respect about them.
And that's what I like about Winry's character, is that she's obviously, you know, hinted to be a love interest for Edward, but she's also very useful. So like when I think of Winry, I don't think Edward's girlfriend or wife or whatever. I think Winfrey, the one that's gonna fix everything. She's gonna fix Edward's arm or leg or whatever. I mean, that's what I think of, and I think that's good that she's more known for that than being a love interest, which is good writing.
Yeah. Their story like actually makes sense. They like grew up together.
Yeah,
He goes and lives with her family.
they have real life experiences together.
They have a real connection. So it actually makes sense. And they don't simp over each other like the whole show. Like it's really not about their romance until the very, very end when he like finally asks her out. But it like makes sense. It works.
It makes sense. Yeah, it's not forced. Like the whole Sakura Sasuke thing was very forced, and it's like fitting a circle through a square or a square into a circle. It's just bad writing.
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist, it brings the heat with the female characters. I love them.
And it's not forced. Like they're just good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're so well written, they're known for just being good characters, not just because they're female, but just because they're awesome characters. If you want good writing and good female characters in anime, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely a show to watch if you haven't already. And not just for that. I mean, I can go on and on about how amazing Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is. It's such a complete show. The female characters in that definitely S tier.
It was also written by a woman.
That's probably why they're written so well.
You know that I forgot. It also makes me think the creator of Naruto,
Kishimoto, yeah.
Yeah, he wrote Sakura in the image of his wife.
Ooh.
Like what?
That's not a good thing.
Why would
Why would you admit to that?
That's like I like never say that out loud ever again.
I wonder how his wife reacted to that news. So I think the best female character in all of anime is Nobara in Jujutsu Kaisen. She's got such a personality on her that she like stands out by herself, and she's such an independent person, and she doesn't simp over anyone, and she's actually like part of the crew. She's respected within her classmates, and she's just a badass. She can fight for herself. She went toe-to-toe with Mahito to the point where Mahito had to run away. He met his match. You got to put respect on Nobara. And then, she respects her friendships because she doesn't like everyone. She only cares about a handful of people, but those people that she cares about, she holds near and dear. I love Nobara, and I'm really sad that, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen JJK season 2, I mean, she's probably dead. I don't know. It's not confirmed.
No. I'm just going to stop you right there because we're like not even going to talk about. She's not dead. She like lost an eyeball, dude. Like I have seen people come back from way worse in anime.
Well, if you're familiar with anime, she got the flashback. And so if you get the flashback, then you're probably dead. Yeah, when the flashback started, I started feeling emotions.
You see it, and I'm like, no, you're lying. Not the flashback.
Yeah, not the flashback. No, stop.
And it was really, and like the sadder the flashback is, you're like, they're for sure dead.
Yeah. And her flashback was really sad.
I bawled.
I cried. And you know what? It's a flashback, and it's a memory that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, because we all had the best friend in second grade, or the really, our first close friend that, over time life happens and you just kind of go your separate ways and you can grow apart, but you still have that memory and that connection.
Dude, I love Nobara. She is Sakura done right.
Absolutely.
Like you said, she's not useless. She's a badass. She's a really cool curse technique.
Yeah.
And you know what I love about her the most is that she's still super girly.
Yeah.
My girl loves to shop. And she's just like this girly person who's still a badass and like kicks these monsters' butts. She actually says one of my favorite quotes in anime, and it's, I love myself when I'm pretty and all dressed up, and I love myself when I'm kicking ass.
Yep.
And that's like, she says that to one of the students from the other schools when she was like talking like, oh, because we're girls, we can't do whatever we want. And Nobra's like, yeah, I don't care about all that. I don't know what you're talking about because I do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want.
Yeah.
And she wants to be a cute little girl who goes shopping. And then she also wants to kick monster ass.
And she does, and she can kick ass. So she's not useless. She's a strong character.
And I can't wait to see her in the next season because she's very much not dead. Okay,
Yeah.
dude, when that guy came and he was like, look, she's not dead.
But I don't feel a pulse.
She's not doing great, but she's not dead. That's literally setting her up to be alive.
I don't know. We'll see.
Why else would you say that? Why
She got
else
the
would you put that?
flashback.
The way that they put that in there, like, she's not dead. Like, there is hope. He was like, the hope is like 1%, but that's all I need is 1%.
Okay, well, you can have that 1%. I will put money on the 99% chance that she is dead.
Nah, dude. Nanami, he's dead.
Nanami's dead.
That's what dead looks like.
Nanami exploded.
A
in
missing
front of her.
eyeball is not
Yeah.
dead. Riffing off of JJK, one of my favorites, who I think is a really well-written female character, is Maki Zenin.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
JJK also just has like really good
Yeah.
female characters.
And it's a newer anime.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah, but
And
Full
you know-
Metal's not that.
Well,
new.
no, it's not, but it was written by a female, so she was
Mm.
ahead of her time. You know, we don't know the gender or the identity of the creator of JJK. Could be a female.
Could be a woman.
Could be a woman.
But Maki Zenin, okay, so one of my favorite characters in like all of anime is Rock Lee. And I feel like she is the female version of Rock Lee.
Done right.
What's wrong with Rock
Well,
Lee?
Rock Lee kind of, we don't have to get into it, but Rock Lee's kind of useless too.
Okay. You are barking up the wrong tree because listen, we're gonna have this argument later because
Okay.
don't ever say that about my man again.
Okay. Well, anyway, so
Anyway, back to Maki Zenin. She is, yeah, she's just like the female version of Rock Lee because in a world where everyone has curse energy and they use curse techniques and essentially magic, she doesn't have any of that. She's at a huge disadvantage. She can't even see curses.
yeah,
And she was born into a family that's like legendary.
it's super pretentious too and judgmental if you're not powerful.
And she, through hard work and dedication, is able to like be a high grade sorcerer. Even though she
Yeah.
doesn't even have any magic
Yeah,
or
cursed energy.
cursed energy. That's you just have to put respect on her name. Like
Yeah.
she actually just has to work hard. She's not like these other people that are like born special, like Megumi or Gojo. Like she's born at a disadvantage.
We like an underdog.
Yeah,
She's an underdog.
I love an underdog story. She's such a badass, and she has like this super big goal, and I just love her for that. She's like born into her family, and they treat her like crap. Her and her sister are like reduced to servants in their household, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not taking this. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go train. I'm gonna become amazing, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna be the head of this clan. You just watch me." Sis, go off. Yes.
Yeah.
We love it.
She might be dead too, though. I don't think she's dead.
No, I don't think she's dead.
She didn't
either.
get the flashback.
No flashback.
And Nanami survived when he was on fire. Maybe she survived.
Yeah, Nanami survived. He wasn't looking great,
No, he barely survived.
but he was alive.
He was
So
alive.
it's possible.
It's possible.
No flashback, no death. That's my motto.
But yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her. She's so amazing. And oh my gosh, when she's like fighting in their version of the tuning exams, I forgot what it's
Yeah, I don't know what that is called, but yeah, when
Kyoto against the Kyoto school.
yeah, they have like this competition.
And her sister was like talking crap to the teammates and was like, yeah, my sister doesn't even have curse technique. Like she's like a really low grade sorcerer. Don't even like worry about her. And then one of the teammates is going up against her and she's like, Mai is stupid. This girl is crazy.
This girl is crazy, yeah. You better put respect on her name.
Put respect on my girl Maki's name.
Yeah.
You think that Maki could be like the next Toji?
I hope. Toji's an absolute problem and badass. I mean, Yeah, it's gotten to the point where his lack of curse energy is actually an advantage. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Dude, I hope they're
I
setting
hope.
her up to be the next Toji and just being an absolute monster. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but we don't obviously read the manga.
Yeah, so we
So,
don't know how far the manga is.
yeah, so I don't know if these people are alive or not, but I'm putting money right
Yeah,
now.
don't spoil.
Nobra and Maki alive.
Yeah, you're asking for a lot. For both of them to be alive, you're asking for a lot.
Hey, I've seen it be done. Anime brings back anybody it wants to bring back. Dude,
That's true.
Goku died like a million times and came back.
Yes, but I mean, he's the main character. Plot armor. The story's stupid.
Nobara is one of the main characters. She's like the trio in the three.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Remember when we thought Junpei was gonna be a big deal?
Junpei. And they had him in the intro.
Yeah.
He was like a student at Jujutsu High.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. He's safe. I can't wait for him and like Itadori to be best friends and they're going to be classmates and they're going to have that picnic under the tree.
Yeah.
When he died, I was flabbergasted. Like, you're joking. Why did you have him in the intro like that? Like, you just wanted me to hurt.
We should just not watch intros anymore.
Intros are so spoilery or they're misleading.
Yeah.
Mainly spoilery.
Oh my god. Speaking of Naruto and female characters, oh my gosh. So in the pain arc, in the opening for the pain arc, there's this really cool action segment where Hinata, Ino, and Tenten are fighting one of the pains. And they're like doing some really cool it's a really cool 10-second fight sequence with those three, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So we get to see some people shine. We get to see some of the side characters shine, and then you never see it happen.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
It was a made up fight scene just for. Why couldn't they just put that actual fight scene in the actual episode? Like, they can do it. You can do it. You can let these people shine, but then it just falls flat. Missed so many missed opportunities with Naruto. It's so annoying.
Because it was Sakura in it. Sakura's not beating anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
She beat Sasori that one time, and that was it for her.
That
was literally where she peaked.
I honestly think Kishimoto just hates Sakura.
That's weird because
Or he's just a bad writer.
Because she's modeled after his wife, so that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, so JJK female characters S tier.
I don't even know who the worst one is. I don't even
probably from someone from Kyoto. That scene at the end when they have the Kyoto school show up.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're here now, guys. Yeah. Only to like get beat up.
Dude, Mekamaru's like, you fucking idiots. I told you to stay away for a fucking reason and you're out here almost dying.
There's a reason only Toto is at the fight.
Yeah, there's a reason.
You guys are not, you're not him. Okay, so I know we've been talking about a lot of shonen, like action-packed, like these women all are like combat fighters, but I just wanted to throw in a woman from a slice of life, and that's Haruhi from Orion High School Host Club. I think that she's a very well-written female character. She is super smart. And she just like marches to the beat of her own drum and does her own thing and is not worried about appearances or what other people think of her. She comes from very humble beginnings and has to work very, very hard to get a full ride scholarship to this like super exclusive, very posh high school. So through hard work, she's able to do that. And then when she gets there, she's like not fazed by the fact that these people are extremely wealthy. Like that does not matter to her. And she's like really close, obviously, with the host club. And like women swoon over the host club. Like these guys are the it guys. And Holly, my girl, she is not about that. She does not care about that kind of stuff. Like she is there to like work hard, pay off her debt, and get good grades in school. And that's why I love her. She's just a badass woman doing her own thing. The whole reason I ended up watching that show is we met the voice actor of Winry, who just so happens to be the voice actor for Haruhi for the English dub. And she was the one that recommended the show to me. And I'm like, okay, if the voice actor is telling you to watch the show, you watch the show. And I'm so glad I did because I love that show. It's really sad that there's only one season, but the show is really, really cute, especially just for being a slice of life. It's still very captivating.
You need to watch it.
Yeah, maybe.
I keep saying that I'm going to watch it, and I never do, but who knows? If I'm in the right mood, I'll definitely think about it.
It has a beach episode, and I think any anime with a beach episode is solid in my
What
book.
anime doesn't have a beach episode?
There's some anime that don't have beach episodes.
Attack on Titan even has a beach episode.
Does JJK have a beach episode?
Yeah.
What do they do?
When they rescued the girl.
Oh yeah. That was from the new season.
All the
beach
good
episodes go hard. I just love seeing your favorite characters like put on swimsuits or like just frolic in the water.
Yeah.
Even seeing like in Attack on Titan when they like are all playing in the water and Armin's like, look at my seashell. Levi's brooding in the corner, and then Aaron's like ruining the entire moment for everybody. It seems like there's a theme between Full Metal Alchemist and JJK having like good female characters. I feel like if you have one good female character, generally you have like a lot of female characters that are good in your show.
I think they're just good writers. I think good writers just know how to make good characters.
Yeah, good writers.
And it gets to the point where it does, but it doesn't matter whether or not you're male or female. If you're a good character, you're a good character.
I don't care how good an anime is. If you only have trash women in the show, then it's not a good anime. That is like the number one criteria for anime that I watch.
Because if there are good female characters, then the writing is probably going to be good. That's what I've noticed.
Very true.
Yeah.
Like name a show that has amazing female characters and it's not a good show.
So yeah, I think that wraps it up for our 4th episode of this Anime Normies podcast. Feel free to follow us on all of your social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And don't forget to download the podcast. Don't just listen to it. Please download the podcast and rate it 5 stars or whatever. Leave a review or comment. We would love to hear from you.
Let us know who you think are the worst and best female anime characters.
We would love to hear your opinions on that.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.